Hey guys, so I'm coming to you tonight to do a brow tutorial. I'm going to tell you first a couple things that you will need to get a nice brow. The first thing is going to be a angled brush. It looks something like this. Mine is dirty. That's the first thing. The second thing is a spoolie. They come like this. Some of them have the brushes at the end, but this one doesn't. You're also going to need a blending brush. This is going to be to blend the concealer out on top and bottom of your brushes. You're also going to need a brow powder. You can either use a brow powder, a brow pencil, a liquid brow liner. I just use brow powder. The powder that I use is it's actually an eyeshadow, but it's out of my Morphe palette. And it is this dark brown color. And this palette is the 28S palette. I think I got it on the website, or either I got it off of eBay or Amazon. Whatever. The last thing is going to be concealer. I use two different concealers. I use a lighter concealer under my brow to highlight and a shader closer to my foundation on the top to clean it up. These concealers are LA Girl Pro Conceal. You can find them at your beauty supply store. I use Chestnut on the top and Fawn on the bottom. So we can get started. First thing I do is I take my spoolie and I brush my brows. The rule to good brows is clean brows. So you can't just fill your brows in if they're not clean or shaped. So I shape mine before I use Vaseline, a razor, cotton balls, and usually some kind of olive oil or something to clean them up when I'm done, and then just dry them. So what I do is I brush my brow. I take my angled brush and I dip it in my powder or my eyeshadow, and I line the bottom of my brow. Like that. Now your brows are starting. They're supposed to start where your nose starts, or where the nostril of your nose is, and then they go to where the nostril of your nose at an angle. That's how long your brows are supposed to be. Your brows are not supposed to be in here at all.
That's why I use coupons.
So you continue to line the bottom.
I'm all about bringing home the best products for my family. That's why I shop at Publix. There's nothing better than
all the way to the tail.
Already love to shop.
Then you take the same powder
/coupons to see all the best
and you line the top.
And find lots of coupons you can use during your next shopping trip. The weekly ad, BOGOs, and digital coupons.
I always line my top lightly because you're going to fill it in. So you take the powder and you literally fill in your brow. Like that. Now when I get to the front, I take my brush at a flat angle and I brush up. To give it more of a gradient effect or a fading effect. And then I just line the front. Then I take my spoolie and I brush it out. Now anytime that you see where it might be light in some spots, or you can still see like holes, you just take your brush and you fill it in some more. And that's one brow. Alright, so then what you do, I forgot we need one more brush. Let me find it. Okay, give me 1 second. I didn't find the brush I was looking for, but this will do. You can also use another angled brush. It can be this kind of brush, or you can use more of like a flat tip brush. Not this one because this one's too fluffy, but something like this, that flat tip. What you're going to do, this is going to be for your concealer. So what I do is I take my concealer. You don't need a lot. You only need a little bit. I dab it on both sides. Dab it off. I put it on the wrong side. Dab it on both sides. What I do is I hold my brow and go under lightly. and conceal it. So it should look like this. You should not leave it like this. It should just look like this. So you make sure that it's even. And then what you do, you take a fluffy brush, a blending brush, whatever you need, your hand, and you blend it out. Make sure you blend it out all the way. You can use that same brush, but what I do, wipe off any excess so you can get closer to the line and blend out. Use your finger if you need to. And that's the bottom. So you see the difference? That's filled in, that's not. Okay, so what I do, take my same concealer brush and I take my darker concealer. And this is going to be to line the top of your brows. You do not line the bottom and the top with the same color because you look funny. It just doesn't look right. So I took the concealer. Now all I'm doing is cleaning up the top of my brow. If you got perfect, if you can make a perfect line, you might not need to do this, but it makes the brow look cleaner. So I'm trying to do it where you all can see. You're not gonna be able to see on this eye. But you line the top of it all the way down to the tail. And see, you can't tell that it's lined because it's close to my complexion. Then you just take your blender brush and blend it in. And that is a filled in eyebrow versus a not filled in eyebrow. Okay? So I'm going to do the exact same thing with this one so you all can see one more time. Take my brush, get some powder, liner, however you do it. Line the bottom. So it'll start off looking like that. Take some more powder. Lightly line your top. So it looks like that. Take your powder, fill it in. I always place my brush flat. I can't even talk. Brush up to give it the more fade away look. And then line it. Take your spoolie, brush it out. That already looks good. So you take your spoolie, brush it out. Then you're going to take your concealer again. Light on the bottom, dark on the top. If you like the light in the light, then yeah, you can do that. So I always hold my brow up at the arch to give it more of an arch look, like they just got arched. So you conceal lightly. Under. Lightly. Then I'll wipe my brush off. Then you can blend it down. Then take your blender brush. And blend it out. If you still see it's a line, just take your concealer brush and you blend out. Now say for instance you mess up or you conceal too much and you see it kind of messed up your line, all you have to do is go back in your powder and fix it. Or even if you conceal and you see, okay, I need to fill in some more, you just take your brush and you do it lightly. Now you take your dark concealer and you fill the top. You line the top. So y'all can see. And you always make sure you curve where you want your arch to be. Bring it down. Take your blender brush and blend it out. Again, your brow should start right here and it should end right there. And that is how I fill in my brows. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. The link should be above. And I will be posting videos more often. So comment and leave what you would like to see. And thanks for watching.